a meeting has to be gone to be conducted. So that's why the listening is very important to perform the jobs. So now I can. So employee empowerment. That's why the employee empowerment is very much required. Empowerment is the process of passing the authority and responsibility to individuals at lower levels in the organizational hierarchy. So the employees should be empowered, not only particular all the levels, all different levels. Everybody should have a different, especially in the lower levels. There has to be, as per the hierarchy, we should have a empowered. Advantage of the empowerment or individual involvement are said to include higher quality products and services, less absenteeism if the relationship is good, and no confusion. So definitely the absent will be also to be reduced. Lower turnover, better decision making. So all these facility advantages are there during your if we continue the empowerment. So and things the better problem solving in turns result in greater organizational effectiveness. So all these things are the benefits. Now, what are the characteristics of the empowerment recognition companies? With a high level of job autonomy, usually have the following characteristics. Just said. So, number one is they invest a lot of time and effort is in hiring to make sure new recruits can handle workplace freedom. Their regional hierarchy is flat. So they set loose guidelines so workers know their decision making parameters. Third is accountability is paramount. Results matter more than the process because accountability is more important. High quality performance is always expected. Openness and strong communication encouraged. And employee satisfaction is the core value. So this is all the characteristics of the empowered organizations company. That characteristics they should have. Guidelines. Some of the guidelines for introducing the empowerment. Understanding changes to achieve. Then selections letter should be there. Strong letter should be there. Involving the people is very much needed. Creating transition project teams when the transition is going on, that time you have to create a manpower for this special team. Providing training in new skills. Suppose the new project is demands, new skill is required. So you have to provide. Then establishing the symbols of the change, acknowledging and rewarding the achievements. So that is also required because when this achievement is occurred or achievement performed after the end of the perform the work, then it should be acknowledged and rewards to be given. Benefits of empowerment. Benefits of the empowerment. The organization itself by creating an environment which encourages proactively problem solving. So that type of environment you have to create so that employee can be encouraged in a continuous process. For employees, empowerment provides a sense of high self-esteem because you see, if the employee feel okay, the belongings of the company, and I have given so much respect to the company, so it's a self-esteem automatically will build up. A high degree of involvement and the participations, the learning environment opportunity for personal growth and development, and a greater sense of achievement. These are all of the parameters as an employee has to be, as the employer has to see these employees are really empowered or not, that you have to look after this. And if required any policies to be changed, you have to create some new policies for that, and some alterations, some modifications. So always has to do it for empowerment. Because in the end of the day, the productivity will be increased and profit should be a profit margin company. So that's why this is the core area. Replacing the unfair and greed that naturally in the hierarchy, that network are also there in the network. So that has to be. Now there are various forms of style of the participative management of them, which is widely applied in the practice in the quality cycles. Basically, that things are Japan is leading. Japanese are very much they are in the quality cycles. They know how to complete the jobs, and it leads to good participative environment and greater acceptability of the decisions because you involve everything. This one complete cycle, complete the, jointly and all together. Together is also very important. Workers' participation in management. This is one of the area um, in the management are thinking that workers are also to be participated and awareness is also required. Their viewpoints and the workers' viewpoint also to be taken care. Any problem, any grievances, and any creative ideas. Sometimes it has happened. All the creations, new ideas are coming from the lower level only. So that this way the participation is required. And participant means not only the sitting, they have to contribute their ideas. Should be both a communication. The philosophy underlining the workers' participation stresses that democratic participation in decision making. Then your maximum employer-employee collaborations, minimum state interventions, and another point is the realization of a greater measure of social justice, greater industrial efficiency, the higher level of organizational health and effectiveness. So all are the philosophies are given underlining for the worker participation. Objectives of the workers' participation in management. The objectives of the workers' participation in management are as follows. Number one, to raise the level of motivations of workers by closer involvement. You see, when the supervisor or the senior are discussing with the workers very closely in a very affectionate way and it's a friendly way, then definitely the motivation will be high. So to provide the opportunity for expressions and to provide a sense of importance to workers, because suppose the meeting is going on during the meeting or any discussion, it should be in one flow. Only the seniors are saying no. Seniors also to be as listeners and allow the workers to say something. You have to give some importance. Okay, you tell me what are your ideas or something. That you have to give it equal chances, equal opportunity has to be given so that the good outcomes are coming up. All the alternates, the decisions, all the different alternates should come, and you can take a best one. Best decisions can be achieved. To develop the ties of the understanding leading to better effort and harmony, because the situation is here, that ambience nature of conditions should be there, so that there's no very much ego or something or other things should have to play in mind. There is some sort of that effort and harmony has to be created for the better understanding. To act on a device to counterbalance powers of managers. So you have to balance the things. What about your point? You have to definitely have to give it. You have to put your ideas. At the same time, you have to taking care of the workers' viewpoint also. That also to be take care. So it's some sort of balance you have to maintain. To act on a currency for the solving the industrial relation problem. So always in a cohesive nature, in a friendly nature, you have to solve the relations. Forms of participation. Now, what the way the participations are, there are a lot of functions are there. Number one is there is a collective bargaining when the discussion is going on together, group discussions. So, lot of decisions are coming, lot of argument or some sort of your uh, the different views or proposals are coming. So that way you have to collect all these negotiation part is there. Collective bargaining results in collective agreements because some of the things are good, some of the things are not good. So that's some sort of agreement. I mean the some sort of your uh, this the question. What are the answers or what are the decisions? Are yes, say right decisions. The right decisions are taken care. What are the right decisions? Everybody has to contribute this process. Then only you can give a good outcome. I mean, the better fit you can always get it. And at the center, certain rules and conditions in the service in establishment. Then what comes in? Some councils has to be established that they are the expert people. The bodies will be there. Exclusive bodies of the employees will be there. They can think over it and time to time what is the best outcome can come. Joint management councils and the committee. There mainly these bodies are consulting and the advisory type because when the joint management comes in, definitely they are in a certain levels. So they are already expert. They are different situations they have seen. So they are basically the consultative type and the advisory. They are giving their decisions straight away, which are the best things. With decision making, benefit left to the top management, and finally the top management will take care. Some of the companies are hiring the people, the consultant or something, or what are the advisors or is advisory mode. He has keeping, always thinking. They are expert in human relation, industrial relations matter. They are very much aware. They know what to do and how to do. Sometimes their guidance are also taken by the top management. Board representations also. They are workers' ownership of enterprise because sometimes the union, in this case, the union, working as interface, they are the union leaders, representative, and the company representative. They are sit together and see the situation, how best we can do for the workers, and some sort of ownership they should have here in terms of position, in terms of money, in terms of share. So, yeah, this is way you can see these things. Prerequisites for effective participations. The prerequisites of the for the success of any scheme of participative management are as follows. So these are some of the things that are required as a before the prerequisites condition before participation, effective participation. That following things has to be there. There are so many priorities are there. Firstly, there should be a strong democratic and representative unionisms for the success of participative management. That you have to keep in mind. Your team should be strong enough, means some honesty and trust. Basically, in this case, the trust should be there. Democratic way it has to be performed, and representative unionisms so that there are to avoid the too much conflict and then is some sort of success participative management like we can call it. Secondly, there should be mutually agreed and clearly formulated objectives for participation to succeed. Second part, some sort of agreed agenda should be there. I mean, they mutually agreed some of the which are formulated the objectives. Maybe there are 10 objective points from the union side, and from the management is also had some objectives what to do. And before formulating the things objectives, they have to discuss, and there some mutually agreed document to be produced, to be prepared, so that in future workers can say we don't know, we are not aware, management has not told anything, no meeting was there. So that type of confusion should not be create, that type of atmosphere should not be created. Better, better have to involve the public. That is the way of the participation. This is the way of the participation in all levels. Not only the problem will come, then only the involvement is required. No, even though the, the routine discussions also. I mean, some future project is there, and the new project is coming up. So that can also can take the better idea of the viewpoint of the workers also. They are then this is the way they can more motivated. Yes, I have also participated. I know what is going on. Belongings and the way they will start working, and they can also pass on to the same message to the other colleagues also. If the representative is good, he has very much associated the problem of the company, and he has very close interaction with the seniors and the top level seniors, then definitely that person's as a agent, as a company change agent, he can uh, pass on to the workers. Yes, later he can convince to the other worker people, his fellow colleagues. He can later he can pass on the things, and definitely they will be followed also, because once their representatives are happy, their representatives are participated in the programs. So their team, all the team unions, all the union teams are participating in representatives. So it's some feelings is required. Yes, I am not. I'm also a part and parcel of this company. Belongingness is very important. So thirdly, there should be a feeling of the participants in all levels. That's why I'm telling you that feeling is very important. And if the feeling is good, say they feel respect is always there. Uh, Respect is coming from feelings on. Bad feelings definitely create a problem. Good feelings create a good atmosphere. Uh, Fourthly, the fourth point is there should be a effective consultations of the workers and the management. This is very important, because without consultation, without communicating, you cannot get the results. Otherwise, it will be in whole conditions all the time. They are sitting in the meeting, sitting in the table, but they are not participating. Physically, they are present, but there is no communications. So that should not be. So effective consultation is required, so that whatever the decision you are taking, can management should feel okay. This everything, everybody are aware, because the human manpower are to be satisfied. What are the day to day they are working every day, because they are the product. Ultimately, they have to produce the product. Management cannot do anything until and unless the workers and your frontline line managers, they are participating in this process. And fifthly, fifth point is both the management and the workers must have full faith in the soundness of the philosophy underlining the concept of the labor participations. So uh, there should not be any dominating part, should be totally closed, because nobody can dominate to anybody. Equal at time in the meeting, when the participation time, whatever the discussion, everything, management, workers, they are same equal line of uh, same tune and same frequency we have to discuss. There are no variations, no level there. So everybody has to be focused the good for the company. That type of feelings they have to keep in mind. Yeah, I am also in part of this company. Yeah, so he is earning more, no problem. But I am getting my level is lower, so that's why I am getting less. Okay, fine. But we are together. We are working for this particular company, and we have to give our best. That type of feel you have to create. You have to create that type of atmosphere. Then only it will be a successful. Soundless meeting will be conducted. Otherwise, always uh, people will be diverted mind, different is occupied in different things. Maybe in the mind there are other things are going on. Management they say something, and the workman side they are saying nothing. So there is no same direction. Both the things if it is the same directions, definitely it will be affect more because what the management is thinking for the company, why they are projected the likely to be projected their company in some area, and same things in the same line. Worker representatives and those who are participating from the workman side, they are also in the same thing process. So there, it will be a dual effect on this. And finally, I will get the good results. And there will be no much deviations, no much thing, because in the same directions, both every people are thinking in the same direction. So it will be, deviation will be 100% sure. Now, to make the measures participations, workers participation in the management success certain conditions are there that has to be satisfied. That is a discussion. Uh, that is the managerial attitude, as already you have discussed a little bit. Though, what is the managerial attitude should be there during that? Because when we are talking about the participation in management, success, certain conditions. So there is a certain conditions are below. One thing is managerial attitudes, union cooperations. Means union is also because the conflict or in their mind always the level, basically the closeness. That's why this chapter is very important. Employee-employee relationships. If it is a good relationships, you can understand each other. So that's why the both of the cooperation is very much required. What are the opinion in your mind? What are the proposal you have? What are the agenda for these days? So definitely you have to project, you have to place, but in such a way so that other end not feel very um, in backward conditions. So he should have feel okay. What are the ideas? Let put together and picked up the good ideas. That type of things. Okay, you can put in your idea. What about the proposals in the same table and same box? I'm also my suggestions and my opinion. What about the thing? Everything are put in the same suggestion box or same table, all the papers, and somebody has to scrutinize and see the best things. So there should not be any differences or create differences. So meaning, participation meaning, not only the invitation has come, that's why I'm participating. No, that should not be. Participation means you have to be open up. You have to some your voice, you have to keep it. Okay, it may or right or wrong sometimes. That you have to prepare yourselves before put out the things. You are right or wrong. You judge yourselves. Yes. Abruptly or any to dominate the things or to create some of the problems, that type of proposal agenda always to be rejected and it should be in mass, uh, should disqualify the things. So, so worker it is, for this good management vision for success, for success of this union management. I mean that type of meetings. are very rare because you see some of the times in the during the gratuity, in the bonus, scatia, any of the or project link incentives, always some sort of discrepancy was there, maybe in mentality or something. So management, whatever they are thinking, for the betterment of the employees, betterment of the work front, but workers are thinking, no, I think it is something less. Always it is keeping in mind, it is less. Management is not willing to give this thing. That type of attitude, that type of mindset always play in the background. So that has to be clear the mind. First, you have to clear your mindset. You know, I am a participant, so I have to think about it for the myself, my individual problem benefits, workers' benefits, and as well as the same time, we have to see the company's benefit also. Because if you are not thinking for the company's benefit, always I am thinking in the my safe corner, so then it is not a good thing. Because if company is sustained, if the viability of the company is there, profit is continuous profit is there, then only I can pay the salaries can be I can pay the salaries. Otherwise, salary will be stopped. So I know how I have to stay. So workers' attitude are like for that workers' representative, union leader, he has a key role for that because he can only convince to the workers after the meeting because everybody are not in the sitting in the he can discuss with the fellow partner workers and take their views jointly and they can put in the top in the management. So it is a very tough job. I can exactly not a tough. If you go in some process, that is a manager attitude, union corporations, workers attitude. If you consider it all these things, then definitely some outcome, good result will come definitely. Uh, so success, this idea actually what I'm discussing it is basically for the how to success. How to success this is some of the areas we have to take care. The manager attitude. So the manager also to be those who are sitting in the meeting, their attitude also to be considerable mind, favorable mind should be there. Definitely keeping on view of the company things, and at the same time for the employees also. So somehow you have to put some benchmark, and so that everybody should feel happy. So now in their working life, employees get dissatisfied with various aspects of working, maybe with the attitude of the manager, policy of the company, working conditions, or behavior of the colleagues. So, uh, employers try to ignore or suppress the grievances. Mind it, this is a very important thing. Employers try to ignore or suppress the grievances. May or may not be true, but it has happened maybe uh, due to ignorance, not a any to take some grievance, But whatever the grievances are coming, that should be sorted out immediately and give a good suggestions as early as possible. Basically. Otherwise, dissatisfaction, complaint, and the grievances will be more because sometimes it has also happened. Suppose some of the employee has put up some complaints, but that complaint are not enough, not discussed, and not taking any decisions, maybe a month or 2 months or 3 months. So he will feel some dissatisfaction, at the same time some depression will start. And other colleagues also, when they know that somebody has submitted some of the complaint, but that management has not taken any decisions, he also starts stopping to think better, I think does not uh, give the information of the good things sometimes. We will be reluctant to say anything. Just will be pass on the times like this. Just to come and work and take the money and go to home. So some of them will start saying there's some silent mode. There will be silent mode because they know if I complain, money will not take care. It will be just simply lying in the fire. What about the Gibeons? They will not take care of this. So this type of atmosphere, this type of so mind should not play. If that type of message is going to the employees, then it is very serious matter. Serious matter. The trust will be lost. It will be lost. The trust will be lost for many things. And even if the top management try to put them some good work or some hard work, you have to say something, so, okay, you do it, it is emergency or it's urgent matters, that time they may or may not be participating in that type of works. If they feel, okay, management is with us, management is always doing our better, and they are take care of our everything, then if you push something, some extra work or something extra duties, happily they will do it. So it has happened during the work conditions. So that part you have to see it. If you are not replace the things, particular employee who has complained, yes, you will suffer, no doubt. At the same time, other people also to be suffered. Mentally, they will feel some things. So dissatisfaction is one of the main things. If I not do the grievances in the right time, or if we, as an employee, if I ignore the things, then what will be the repercussion? First is dissatisfaction. Anything disturbs an employee, whether or not unrest they express in words. Complaint is spoken or written dissatisfaction brought to the attention to the supervisor or the shop. Then it has been formally presented to a management representative or to a union officials. So grievances can be you put directly to the suggestion box or complaint box in the personal department. Sometimes don't directly give it. There's some boxes there. You can put it there. And it is some of the companies also they are going don't if you have seen something, some corruption, some things is going on in your idea, so don't put your name, simply just inform the things in the suggestion box without your name or something, just inform. Then management will decide, send somebody to inquire the things really it is happening or not. If it is happening, then you have to take care. This is the way also you can nullify the things. Grievance complaint of individual. Individual can be grievances, they can complain. Or somebody has noticed something is going wrong. That is also some sort of grievance he can put in the session box without declaring his name or something. So that way it will save the company's culture and conflict can be reduced if the due course of time, if the grievances are sorted out, then we can save a lot of I think failure, lot of failure we can say. Human mental failures means the relationship will be disturbed, they cannot trust each other, and always argument, that type of nature will be there. Irritations, stress will be also there sometimes. So it will create a lot of things. So in turn, so ultimately, we can conclude in that way the grievance is very sorting of the grievance is very important. That is the ultimately aim of this particular these slides. I'm talking about these slides. The employers try to ignore or suppress the grievances, how the effect will be there after that. Now, some miscellaneous issues is also there because relating to certain violations in respect to promotions. The grievances can become through as the other. This is the part of the miscellaneous, but uh, work related works. Yeah, I'm really loaded. I have not been paid as much. What are the work I'm working? That type of complaints also now will coming. If any violation of the rules or seniors certain violation of the things, that is also a part of your grievances. Safety method. Suppose if somebody is feel that I am not in safety, my area is not a health hazards. Maybe the area is not. That is also some sort of grievances. Transfer sometimes employee is thinking that transfer is not better for me. I just it is some sort of punishment. Is feel it is a punishment. The transfer is my punishment. Uh, then he can go for these things. So that has to be redressed. The kind of management has to be console. Some counseling is required. You know, it is not a transfer. Yeah, don't take it as a punishment. You will be promoted for this promotion transfer or something. So it will be considered. If something grievances are there, that has to be. Disciplinary rules definitely there, absenteeisms and your way of behavior patterns or something, harassment, even in the nowadays, the ratio of men or women ratios are increasing. So definitely you have to take care of some of the rules. I think uh, your sex harassment rules are already act is there, so you have to follow this act. What about the things? Human safety is also another aspect. If they complain, then it may be a good some rules are there. It will be a great penalty. So and fine. So everything are to be furnished and formulated in such a way so that we should follow it and degree of punishment that also the initial punishment, I mean minor or major type of punishment, that has to be also be clear and in the rule it should be written with this much this degree of violations, this much penalty, this much fine. Sometimes it may be a suspension order, 15 days you have to suspend from the work of this. So this is a lot of things are there that everything are granting leave. Suppose if they can some worker, it has happened most of the things because you are taking a 10 days or 15 days leave. Your boss is not permitting you, and no, I cannot leave you for 10 days or 15 days at a stage. No. So that type of problem are there. In that case, the employee can go to the disciplinary actions. I mean, put a some in the grievance sections, or I can say vigilance department is also there. Mostly, the vigilance department, they have one wing is your grievances part is theirs. They have to sort it out all this thing judicially. Sometime they have to see it and keeping in view of the what are the company's norms, what are the rules are there. Based on these, they have to sort it out, and there should not be any bias because those who are the grievances, it is a very risky job. It's in the sense a lot of responsibility is there. They cannot bias to anybody. Whatever the rule says, whatever the declaration is there, you have to follow it, and accordingly you have to granting medical facilities. So some all are basically the your sources of grievances from where we can uh, come in. Most grievances can be uncovered in a number of. See, one thing is gossip, and sometimes a lot of information you can get it from the corridor, in the in the cafe area, in the canteen area, where the something the gossip is going on. The reference of a clue is there. Basically. What type of whispering, what type of viewpoint is going on from the employee's mindset. You can get a lot of ideas from it. You can take it. And some of the session box, read box, based on these also you can take it. Open door policies, their periodic interview is required, then we can sort out the grievances also. Exit the surveys could also be undertaken to uncover the mystery of surrounding grievances. So these methods are the open door policy, since it's below. Observations, one of the process, and this is grievance procedures, and your grip boxes and exit interviews. So these are all our process methods are there. Different way method you can solve the grievances. Form of your grievances. The grievances may take any one of the following now. Factual. The factual grievances arises when the legitimate the needs of the employees remain unfilled, delay implement. So this is one of the things where the factual. Imaginary, sometimes things are imaginary. When an employee's dissatisfaction is not because of any valid reasons, but because of the wrong perceptions, wrong attitudes, or wrong informations he has. So such a situation may create an imaginary grievances through management. Right? It is not at fault in such instances. Still, it has to clear the fog immediately. Because you see, I can share you some of the experience, my experience in this regard. Uh, how sometimes the employees are dissatisfaction unnecessary. There is no question of the maybe he is not aware of the finally. What happened in my service time? One of my subordinates, I just recommend based on this personal appraisal report. Then I recommend as a consultant boss, everything is fine, but somehow particular the area of training needed. I just simply needed some training needed for betterment of these things so that we can overcome this particular situation. Communications, maybe I thought about the communication. The communication skill was not there. Sometimes he has not spoken clearly. What is mind or something? That communication gap was there. So I thought maybe that area some training is needed so that he can open up, he can more friendly, uh, so these things. Then before uh, actually as per the rule appraisal systems, you have to discuss with the subordinate also. When you are writing something, recommending something, or you endorse the something. What are the years in the work? That what are the complete 1 year work you are endorsing? Before endorsing, and if you say something plus thing, you have to discuss with the participant also, your subordinate also. Why you are projecting for this training, why this training. So when I start discussing, I have written these things. Everything is okay, fine. I've given a good marks also. Everything outstanding. Everything is good. But I think this is the area for your development. Some sort of training for 10, 15 days training is required. So to be prepared for that, it may be HR will start the calendar year. That program will come. No, you definitely attend this, and I hope it will be good for you, and definitely will be more improved things. As soon as I finish this word things, but subordinate he has taken in the other way. He's saying, no, sir. Why should I go for training? Training means I am poor. Means I am not capable things. No, I am not going to the training. Please try to delete these things. This area. Don't write these things in my personal advisory report. Don't recommend for me training for anything because it is a disparage for me. So this is the way he is interpreting. This imaginary, the same talking is imaginary. How it is possible? Because the wrong perception are there. I am thinking for the betterment so that he can have a good communicator, good friendly, he can work. It should be reflecting in work also, and in future also it will be very helpful. But he has denial mode, maybe the wrong perceptions because then finally I inquire from the coffee in the coffee table or in the lunch canteens areas where he is sitting or togetherness, the friend circles are always are negative minded. Whatever the management is doing, they are taking as a negative mind. No, no, management not thinking for us good things. All the seniors are they are thinking their own. They are just exploiting us. This type of feelings. Then I realize it's not his perception. Not he's a personally very good because he's working everything very good and performance everything is good. Throughout the year he has done a very good job. But in mentally is a wrong perceptions, wrong attitude something else. And wrong information also in pouring his brain some of the wrong situations. So it is just like this create some of the imaginary grievances. Means it is not a true fact. Management is always thing. If I find some of the, as I mentioned, some fault, you have to accept it is fault. Okay, it's not a fault, it's not a discredit, you should not feel any regret. You take it as challenge, okay, I have to develop myself. Yes, definitely, it is my point. So sometimes in the life, comments is also very much required. Don't think it is a grievance or any complaint, not a complaint. Complaint is a very good thing sometimes. You can judge yourselves, but it is very difficult to accept or digest the things sometimes if you, somebody is pointing all these things. So then finally, second consultations, again the second consultation, I hold for some times. Then when I see there's these meeting people, what are your circles? Circle is not good, it's wrong circles. Then I thought this is the reason behind it. It's not his own word because of the wrong conception or perceptions are coming from the other things. So then I, again second consultation I do. Then I try to put another person in the same training program. Then I go, okay, both of you go. And I assure you, in the next year, if you do this training program, I assure you, I will give you good marks in the personal appraisal systems. I will recommend more. I will recommend to the personal recommend for your growth and all these things. Believe me, it will not harm your life. So please attend the meeting, the training program, and I hope you. After that, you will realize. Right now, you are not realizing, but you will be realizing this. And again, I am another sending to another person also, so that you should feel it. You will not feel. Why I am only going for the training? Not why not the others people's or others people's. Then I put two persons for particular this training. And finally, yes, she has agreed. And after 3 months, he confessed me. She said, "You have done a good job, and really, I now have learned a lot of things." So I know. So what I am saying is, these situations sometimes it is happening. The employee cannot realize the things which is the right thing or the right thing. So employee may have dissatisfaction for the reasons that unknown to himself. That's the thing. Grievances may occur for a number of reasons: economic conditions, the wage fixations, overtime, bonus. These are all common factor. Everybody knows everything. Just to how to represent the thing, that is the main thing. Overtime, bonus, distributions. Employees may feel that they are paid less than compared to others. So this is some sort of economic conditions. Then work environment is also poor physical conditions. Workplace is not good. Tight production norms. No gap is there. No lunch. You're not getting a break time or lunch time properly. This is also the work environment. Defective tools. What the machine is operating. That machine is old. It is not changed. The equipment is very old. So it is all a common type of environment. So that's why it is falling under all these things, work environment. Now, another thing, supervisions related to the attitudes of the supervisor towards the employee. Again, is a very important supervisions. The supervisors or the managers, production manager, should have a good behavior. He should understand the problem of the employee's mindset and accordingly have to so do it. No biasing, pluralisms, nepotisms, caste affiliations, regional feelings, all are coming based on this supervision parts. Work group employee is unable to adjust with his colleagues, and this is also sometimes happen. Boss is both the colleagues are fighting each other always. There are not lot of arguments. It is creating nuisance in the work groups. That is also suffer feelings of the neglect. Sometimes the boss is feeling neglect because my boss is not happy with me. Uh, that feelings are coming. It is also victimizations and the comes up. It is it may happen also. It doesn't mean it is not there. It is happening. That's why it is coming. That's why you have to sort it out. Humiliation is another thing. Continuously you are complaining somebody. It is not good. Sometimes you have to dismiss it. Even though if you are counseling or saying something, first you have to try to motivate. You have to see his plus point. Some of the plus point will be there that you have to highlight the plus point fast. Then slowly you have to say what the rectification is required, what the modification you can do it for better result. So then that way you can reduce the humiliations. If you attack directly, you say something, it may affect his mind because here all of you are human. So key features of the good grievance handling procedure. Some of the things are given for the how to you handle the procedures. So key features, fairness. It should be one of the things. If you feel something, some employee has a political pressure or some lobby is there, then you cannot do it. You should be a fairness. What are the things are giving should work for the betterment of the company, betterment of the individuals. Facilities for representations, and the representations. This is also some facility should be there. Procedural steps. Steps should be limited to three because if it is a long process, then it will be not successful because I'm writing something, my boss is writing something, and again the team leader is signing something. Lot of hierarchy is there. It's a bureaucratic way, then definitely it will be delay. The procedural delay will start. Normally in the court case, I think you have seen there is lot of proposals, hearing dates are not giving long date. So it is longer. So okay, there are some different issues may not be time is not there. That admission time, I mean not admitted in the same particular due course of time, shortage of judge, shortage of lawyer, lot of things. Promptness. Promptness is needed to avoid the bitterness and the frustration. That is the all three, 4 points are there for better and humans. If we avoid do these things, then we can have a good things. Essential periodical site of a grievance handling procedure, confidently and the situation grievance is unequally simplicity, promptness, training. Discipline is the regulation and the modulation of human activities because you see without discipline you cannot do it. So disciplinary things you have to maintain as a group and behave sensibly, safety and work. The regulation of the modulation of the human activities to pursue the control performance. The real purpose of the discipline is quite simple. It is to encourage the employees to conform to establish the standards of the job performance and to behave sensibly and safety at work. Discipline is essential to all organized actions. Disciplinary action procedure to start with based on any disciplinary authority then polite authority, reviewing authority, stages, different stages of disciplinary proceedings. So it is some sort of your same, our judicial system, same thing. This is the way you have to go. Defining reduction rank, removal from service. So the written briefly the systems, penalty systems are all everything are to be derived. Major punishment, warning to censure and fine. If you give section 8 as per our wage acts, it is written there how much fine should be there. Withdrawal of the increment. Suppose you have to stop the increment somebody, that is again is written in the your act of. Major punishment basically the demotions, discharge on services, dismissal later, and communicating the order. Dismissal also discharge sometimes when after the uh, court case or something. Then if the inquiry again he can revive the jobs. But in the case of dismissal, there is a dismissal. There is no chances of revival. Trade union is an association either of employees of the employer, the independent workers. So it is relatively permanent function of the worker. And it is not, it is a temporary or casual combination of workers. So classical, new classical, in this case the classical definitely good. New classical is more than, is better than good. And it should be some sort of revolution, some movement, basically movement, that type of function. Yes. So the function of this protective and intramutual functions. Paternal law, the extramutual function. In this case, you have to consider as in the just now you are a father, and you are affectionately do these things. Then you can some relation with the good relation. Political function is also there. Sometimes they are also doing good things, sometimes bad thing also. So social function is also there. Socially nowadays very strong enough because media and other platforms are there. They are uh, say everything are good, 90%, 80% are say. Then you can that function can be take consideration will be coming based on your social functions. Objectives of the trade unions basically is the objectives, wages of the salaries, then working condition, discipline, so all are the part of the objectives of the trade union. These all are good things. Safeguard the organization health and any other issues. So all are part of your thing. So I think now we can complete the sessions right now. So then the next day we can again. Namaste. Okay, thank you. Tomorrow we'll discuss. Thank you.